Welcome, everybody. This is my most recent Sam Rayburn report. I've got the MLF Toyota Series tournament out here in just a few days. It'll be this Thursday, and today's Monday. So I got tomorrow to practice, and then half a day Wednesday, and then it's tournament time again. So I spent a lot of time out here since the last tournament, and it's just I just keep catching 2 pounders, just 2 pounder, 2 pounder, 2 pounder. I mean, ever since I caught that giant one, that 11.17, which I don't know, that was like a week ago. Um, Between then and now, I don't think I've broken 3 pounds. So um, it's kind of a bit discouraging because you got to have to win this tournament this week. The guy's going to probably need about 60 pounds, which is 20 pounds a day. So anyhow, today I did catch one that was probably about 3 pounds, and then I also caught one about 5 pounds. So that was a good sign. Um, and what and one thing I've been working on, our tournament nearly 2 weeks ago now was won by Michael Neal, and it was won using a hard jerkbait. So I have been trying to incorporate that into my plan, and I am catching fish on it. But unlike him, I am catching small fish. And by small, I say 2 pounders. So it's an effective pattern, but it's just not. I mean, I did catch that one nearly 5 pounds today on it, so that's a sign. And then also I seen one. Um, chase the bait right up to the boat. I didn't get a great look at it, but it was much bigger than a 2 pounder, but much smaller than an 11 pounder. So somewhere in between there. So the jerkbait thing, and it's a mixture of deep diving suspending jerkbaits and then shallow diving suspending jerkbaits. So I've been fishing as shallow as 3 feet with those things, and as deep as like 15 to 20. Um, in order to be effective with the deep diving jerkbait in 20 foot of water, you really need a brush pile that comes way, or standing timber that comes way up, and you got a fish that's sitting high up in it. And I'm starting to wonder, because I've caught a lot of fish out of some of these brush tops, and I'm starting to wonder if just the small ones just sit at the top of the brush pile and the big ones lay down at the bottom, because um, you might remember the really big one I caught in practicing for the last tournament. That was at the bottom of one of these brush piles, and but I can't get bit on the bottom of these brush piles. I mean, sometimes you see the fish down. These fish are really weary. Really, I don't know if they're super educated or what, but you'll see them all the time on the electronics. And I mean, that Lowrance would have like 40 pounds a day if that's all it took. It was just seeing them. But anyhow, yeah, it's uh, you know. And here's what's really got my goat is um, a common drop shot bait to use out here is the morning dawn color robo worm. And guys, I have thrown that thing so much, and I see guys, I see guys catch them on their videos. I mean, I see them catch them. It works out here, but I don't know what's going on. I have not had a freaking bite on that thing the whole time I've been here. It's not. I don't pick it up that often, but if I see some fish down there, um, I do pick it up, and it just gets ignored time and time again. It's kind of, I don't know. I mean, it's not that hard to fish a drop shot, so I don't know what's going on that I can't catch him on that silly lure. So I don't know what else. I don't know. That's probably about it. I'd say I have been moving shallower with my fishing, but the size of the fish just isn't changing that much. So, and the numbers isn't changing that much. But one thing about fishing shallower, you can be a little more efficient and cover more water. So that's the good part of it. Um, but it's not really producing anything different than what I have been catching. So anyhow, I do have lots of places to go and fish in this turn. Oh, yesterday, let me tell you this. Yesterday I found a spot. I put the troll. I marked it on my Lowrance side scan. Then shut the boat off, turned around, dropped the trolling motor down there, and pointed at it. And man, there were just marks of fish all up and down that freaking forward facing sonar unit. And I started catching them. Problem was, they're all little ones, like 1 to 1.5 pounders. There might be a couple keepers in that school, but um, not many. And there had to be like 40 fish in that area at least. But and I tried. I kept fishing them. I kept fishing them, just seeing if I could get a big one out of that mess. And they were kind of hard to get to bite. I mean, I don't know if somebody's been messing with them already in the past, probably, but they were kind of finicky. And but I probably caught like 6 or 7 out of that mess, and not one was, the biggest one might have been 14 and a half inches. So, and a lot of them were undersized. So, well, all right. So that's the weather was beautiful today. It started out cold again, but it gets into the 50s by the end of the day. And I don't know. I expect these fish to start moving. More fish starting to show up in the shallow water. So I'm probably going to mess with that tomorrow. Maybe start deep and then move up shallow in the second 2/3 of the day. See what that does. But when you get all this all this sunshine and calm weather, I mean, that brings this fish into the shorelines. So or into shallower water. So I got to be ready for that, and I got to um, prepare for that because I think that's what's going to happen because that's what Michael Neal saw. So, and we're almost replaying that tournament here, almost perfectly, almost. We're maybe a couple days behind on this one, or that one. I don't know, what am I trying to say? That the cold wave that hit before our first tournament was more fresh as compared to what this one's going to be. This one's going to have more warming water, more sunshiny days after the big cold front. So, because what happened is before our first tournament, we had a big cold snap, and then it gradually got warmer, and then again that happened again now, but there's going to be more time is going to pass before the tournament actually starts this time. So I think, yeah, that should get those shallower fish going pretty good. But anyhow, I'm done. Over.